In a world full of noise, we're searching for the light. And through all the stories, they whisper in the night. From the courtroom to the street, from the paper to your screen, we uncover what they hide and reveal what truth means. No fear in our voice, no filters in our face. We stand for what's right in every time and place. Avalanches rising, can you hear this sound? Truth is breaking silence, shaking up the ground. No more hiding shadows, no more compromise.
While others were mourning the late president Muhammadu Buhari, Atiku Abubakar, in his corny manner, left the burial and the mourning ground, went to the streets of Katsina and paraded himself as the new sheriff in town, the new northern political leader, since President Muhammadu Buhari is no longer around. These antics of Atiku Abubakar to make the people see him as the new northern political leader expose a man steeped in delusion and driven by an insatiable thirst for power. His calculated move to wave at residents, basking in their attention, reeks of political opportunism, a shameless attempt to position himself as the heir to Buhari's northern political legacy. Atiku seems to believe he can inherit Buhari's popularity and millions of votes in the north, but this is a fantasy that will never materialize. He is not and will never be Buhari. His defection to the African Democratic Congress (ADC) a day after Buhari's burial, abandoning the People Democratic Party, the PDP, that carried him in 2019 and 2023, further reveal his desperation and miscalculation. Atiku believes that he now controls the North is a dangerous illusion, and the ADC must not fall for his gimmicks by granting him their presidential ticket. Doing so will not only betray the principle of power rotation to the South, but also guarantee a catastrophic loss in 2027, handing sweet victory to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, while Peter Obi, contesting on another platform, siphons off critical votes. Atiku's attempt to cloak himself in Buhari mantle is laughable and insulting to the intelligence of Nigerians, particularly those in the north. Muhammadu Buhari, for all his controversies, commanded a near mythical loyalty in the northern Nigeria, built over decades through his reputation for integrity, simplicity, and a passive commitment to the common man. His cult-like following among urban and rural poor communities was rooted in a persona that resonated deeply with the religious values. Buhari political cloth was not a transferable commodity. It was earned through years of consistency, military service, and a carefully crafted image of incorruptibility. Atiku Abubakar, by contrast, is a political nomad whose career is defined by opportunism, party hopping, and an unrelenting obsession with the presidency. To suggest that Atiku Abubakar can inherit President Muhammadu Buhari's vote is to misunderstand the North political side. Northern voters did not flock to Buhari because of his party or platform, but because of who he was, a symbol of their aspiration and identity. Atiku, with his history of defections, from PDP to the Action Congress in 2006, back to the PDP in 2009, to the All Progressive Congress APC in 2014, and back to the PDP in 2017, has shown no such consistency or loyalty. His presence at Buhari's burial, accompanied by higher supporters chanting his name, was a crass attempt to exploit a moment of mourning for political gain. Nigerians, especially Northerners, see through this charade. They know Atiku is driven by personal ambition, not principle, and his attempt to piggyback on Buhari's legacy is a grotesque miscalculation. Atiku's claim to the northern leadership is further undermined by his track record. He has contested the presidency 6 times since 1993, losing each time. In 2019 and 2023, despite running on the PDP's platform, he failed to defeat Buhari and Tinubu respectively. His inability to secure the presidency, even with PDP's machinery and the northern support, proves that he lacks the organic appeal Buhari needed. Northern voters are not a monolithic bloc that Atiku can simply claim as his own. They are discerning and will not blindly transfer their loyalty to a man whose political journey is marked by betrayal and self-interest. Atiku's abrupt exit from the PDP to join the ADC just days after Buhari's burial is a textbook example of his political desperation. The PDP, which he helped found, gave him the platform to serve as vice president from 1999 to 2007 and contest the presidency in 2019 and 2023. Yet he discarded it like a used rag, citing irreconcilable differences and claiming the party has strayed from its ideals. This is rich coming from a man whose entire career is a case study in abandoning principles for expediency. His move to the ADC, alongside other opposition figures like Peter Obi, Nasir El-Rufai and Rotimi Amechi, is a calculated gamble to consolidate opposition forces against Tinubu in 2027. But this strategy is doomed to fail. Atiku believed that he can use the ADC as a vehicle to capture northern vote is a pipe dream. The ADC, unlike the PDP, lacks the infrastructure, grassroots presence and political machinery needed to mount a serious challenge in a national election. In 2023, the PDP had serving governors and a robust network, yet Atiku still lost to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The ADC, with no serving governors or significant electoral footprint, is a far weaker platform. Atiku's delusion lies in thinking that his personal ambition and supposed northern clout can transform the ADC into a winning force. Atiku's history of failure in stronger parties like the PDP and APC should serve as a stark warning to the ADC. He is not a vote magnet, and his leadership will likely lead to electoral disaster. The ADC must not be swayed by Atiku's maneuvering to secure his presidential ticket. His insistence on running again, potentially his 7th attempt, ignores Nigerians' unwritten but deeply respected power rotation principle, which alternate leadership between the North and the South. After Buhari's 8-year tenure as a Northern president, Tinubu's 2023 victory was seen as a South turn to lead. For Atiku, a Northerner, to demand the presidency in 2027 is not only tone deaf, but also a direct affront to millions of Southern voters who expect the power-sharing agreement to be honored. This move risks alienating key regions, particularly the Middle Belt and South, where voters are already skeptical of Northern dominance. Granting Atiku the ADC ticket will be a strategic blunder of epic proportions. Peter Obi, who secured 25% of the vote in 2023 as a Labour Party candidate, has already signaled his intent to contest again, likely on a different platform if the ADC snubs him. Peter Obi's grassroots appeal, particularly in the South and the North Central and among young voters, is undeniable. In 2023, he achieved over 6 million votes without the backing of a major party machinery, a feat neither Atiku nor Tinubu could match on their own. If Obi runs independently, he will split the opposition vote, handing Tinubu an easy victory. The 2023 election proved that a divided opposition, Atiku with 29% and Peter Obi with 25%, cannot defeat the APC, which won with just 37%. By choosing Atiku, the ADC will be repeating the same mistake, ensuring Tinubu's re-election. Moreover, Atiku's leadership will undermine the ADC's credibility. His reputation as a perennial loser and party hopper precede him. Voters, especially in the North, are wary of his endless ambition and lack of loyalty. The ADC's coalition, which includes heavyweights like Obi, El-Rufai and Amechi, was built on the promise of a united front with a shared vision. Atiku's insistence on the presidency risks fracturing this coalition, and as other leaders, particularly Southerners like Peter Obi and Amechi, have their own ambition. The ADC's best chance lies in selecting a southern candidate who can unify the coalition and appeal to Nigerians' diverse electorate, not a northern figure like Atiku Abubakar, whose candidacy will be seen as greedy and divisive. Atiku's belief that he can wield Buhari's northern vote ignores the changing political landscape. Buhari's death has created a vacuum, but it is not one Atiku can fill. Northern politics is not static. New leaders like Nasir El-Rufai are jostling to become the region's darling, and they bring sharper, more contemporary appeal than Atiku's tire brand. Tinubu, despite his 91% disapproval rating, remains a formidable political strategist with the APC machinery at his disposal. The APC dominance in some key regions, combined with Tinubu's ability to navigate northern politics without Buhari, makes him a tough opponent. Atiku's defection to the APC will not shift the electoral fortune significantly, especially in regions where voters are increasingly frustrated with recycled politicians. The ADC must see Atiku for what he is, a desperate opportunist chasing a dream that has eluded him for 3 decades. His delusion that he can inherit Buhari vote and dominate the north is a fantasy that will lead the ADC to reign. By choosing Atiku, the party risks alienating southern voters, fracturing his coalition, and handing Tinubu a second term on a silver platter. Nigeria's power rotation principle demands a southern candidate in 2027, and Peter Obi, with his proven electoral strength, is the logical choice to lead the ADC charge. Atiku's history of failure, betrayal, and political nomadism disqualify him from being the face of a new Nigeria. Nigerians, particularly northern voters, should reject Atiku's manipulative stunt. His presence at Buhari burial was not a gesture of respect, but a calculated ploy to steal the spotlight. The North deserve leaders who embody integrity and unity, not a man whose only constant is his ambition. Atiku is no Buhari, and he will never be. The ADC must heed this warning. Bet on Atiku and you bet on defeat. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.